What's going on? That's right. She's ready. She's ready. Look at the face. Look at the face. Simply irresistible. That's right. Look at the face. You start dancing.
Hell
We need to
no.
give her a guitar, man.
Hell no. Absolutely not.
What is going on, all you Space Cowboys, live action anime movie fans out there? Let's see who is in the house. Who do we got? Who do we got in the house? Movie Dojo Army. Oh, shit. We got Severio. What's going on, brother? Oh, yeah. Oh, we got the Blast of Omni in the house. What's going on? We got Dan in the house. Oh, shit. We got Colin in the house. We got Neenan. What's up, brother? We got the sexy sumo. Say good morning, my homies. Oh, we got Kevin Lambert in the house. What's going on, brother? We got Brolicon. He says, what's going on, Lady Fat Blood? Give us an honest review, unlike other channels looking for clickbait.
Ooh, Brolicon, please elaborate, because I haven't been listening to anybody's reviews.
Yeah,
So
we
elaborate on
haven't seen any reviews. What's up, Carloy? What's up, man? That's right. Oh, you got Eric in the house.
Oh, is right.
All right. So we're about to get into it a little bit. We got Tim in the house. What's cracking? We got enough badasses here to go ahead and start talking about Netflix's Cowboy Bebop Season 1. Kisses from Spain. Oh, well, we're back at you. Shout out to Spain. All right. But yeah, we're going to get into it a little bit here. And as you know, we are fans, huge fans of the animated series of Cowboy Bebop. That's right. Hold on. Let me get it up here. Oh, yeah. It is classic. It is timeless. It is not to be duplicated. And also, we're huge fans of the movie as well. If you guys have not seen the movie, it's fantastic. Probably has one of the best one-on-one fight scenes at the end in anime movie history. Huge fans. Love the soundtrack. It's just, we're nostalgic for it. But when this new series got announced, we were very skeptical, as you saw our trailer reactions, but skeptical, but willing to give it a shot,
Let's rewind that. They've been talking about doing an Americanized live-action Bebop for years.
Yeah, I remember fans wanted Keanu Reeves to play Spike at some point. I remember that. But
and ever since they've been talking about this, I've just been like, no, don't.
Right.
What did Brolicon say?
Brolicon says, other channels are just comparing the live show to the anime series shot by shot or script to script. I actually like something and dislike other things. Okay. Well, there's a lot of, you know, I'm sure there's a lot of fans of the show, and I'm going to start off with this. We're gonna talk about what we liked about the show, and we're gonna talk about what we didn't like, and then we'll see what happens.
And then the fun's gonna start.
Then the fun's gonna start. But yeah, go watch it for yourselves. We will say that. We will start off with the video with that. Watch the new live action show for yourself. Make your own assessment and your own decision if you guys like it. You know, you may absolutely love it. You may not have the issues that we had with the show, right? So to each his own. So we're gonna get into it. So now that it's here, we figured the show would take liberties. We figured the show would do its own thing.
They
However,
warned us.
Yeah,
they warned us they were going to do their own thing,
right?
Which in my mind was almost a way for them to say, "Listen,
right.
Those of you," and they almost have to go after us hardcore fans, because Cowboy Bebop was the third anime series I ever purchased.
Right.
So,
right.
And you're talking about almost 20 years of collecting now. So that's a long time to go back.
I know. Okay. Yeah.
The series came out in 1998.
Yep.
So, and you know, when it came to the States, you know, it was pretty popular, and it's kind of remained. And I think, you know, a lot of people that are watching this live action show, who've never seen the anime, are probably going to look at people like us and go, dude, what the fuck is your problem? The show was fine.
Right.
But when the writers and the creators were talking about this show, they were saying, look, y'all super fans, we're doing our own thing. So basically what they were telling us was, don't freak out. What I heard was, don't freak out. Now, I have seen many live action adaptations,
right,
mostly for worse.
right,
Death Note being the one that I go to all the
right,
time. So I
right.
was willing to give this a fair shake, even though I did not have a positive reaction to the trailer.
Right,
I thought the trailer looked like really pretty cosplay.
right.
And
Expensive cosplay, the show.
yeah.
Right,
And
right,
so
right.
I was like, well, I have to give it a shot because it's Bebop.
Right,
So I have to, out of morbid curiosity, I have to see what they're going to try to do.
right, right, right.
And so we can get into the good now.
Yeah, we can get into it. Sexy Sumo loves your hair. He says
I have none.
You're rocking it like a boss. And he also says, Phat Samurai Guy, time for a touch up. You got to help Samurai out here.
Hey, when I get a goddamn day off.
I know. Here we go. Cosplay the movie. All right, so here we go. All right, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and talk about it. But again, if you guys enjoyed the show, awesome. As long as you guys are getting entertained by the end of the day, that's all that matters. Not what we're about to say. But we're here. It's our channel. We have to be honest. Okay. All right. So we're going to talk about first what we liked, and we're going to go into what we didn't like, and then let's see what happens after that.
I make no promises that I won't go.
I will say this. Whatchamacallit? In comparison to the drivel and shite of the worst of live action anime, if you compare Bebop, this show, to Dragon Ball Evolution, if you compare this show Bebop to Death Note, obviously it's a 4 out of 5 star show. You may even say it's a 5-star show if you compare it to those. But we have to give our honest opinion here. So here we go. All right, here we go. We're going to talk about what we liked first. First up off the bat, man, production value is on point. The show looks great.
Say the Batman?
I said production value is on point.
I thought you said Batman.
Batman? Did I say Batman? I don't know.
You said Batman.
I don't know.
Did you mean to say? What did you mean?
I don't know. Let's get into it. I don't know. Samurai's thinking of Batman or not. I don't know. All right, here we go. So production value is great. On point. We get some really great visuals. Shout out to the filmmakers and everybody involved. I'm sure it was ridiculously hard to make a show like this. And there's a lot of great stuff in here. And you get a lot of fan service. I mean, you get the Big Shot commercials, which I actually asked for, which was kind of funny, seeing the Big Shot commercials pop up, which was fun. And again, the set design was very well done, and a lot of fans have been doing those side-by-side comparison shots, and they all been jizzing about it. Oh man, the old men look on point. They got the red hat, and they look like the old men from the animated episode. So there's tons of stuff like this. So you can tell there was some sort of labor of love on the set design.
Or at least somebody did their homework.
Somebody did their homework, for sure. You can
at least say that. I don't know about labor of love.
Well, it's hard work to do this. So
I would say homework was done. Yeah.
All right. So here we go. Again, now this character we were most concerned about. And she actually ended up being perfect. We were fine.
Yeah.
What's her name? What's the actress's name?
Daniela Pineda.
Daniela Pineda. We ended up being fine with her as Faye.
Her rendition of Faye Valentine, the first time she showed up, she shows up very early in the series. She shows up in the very first episode. They kind of mixed in episodes 1, 2, and 3. They took the premise of all 3 of those episodes, and then they put it in a blender and kind of picked out parts here and there, and then they did their own thing with the rest.
Right.
And so she does show up in the first episode as opposed to episode 3 of the series. And again, you're working with 26 episode structure versus a 10 episode structure. Remember, 26 episodes of 20-minute, 22-minute intervals versus 10 episodes varying from 37 to an hour long structure. So, you had to do what you had to do to get the story told.
Right.
So she does show up in the first episode. And at first, I really didn't know what to think of her.
Right.
There was a lot of attitude involved, which Faye has attitude.
She's got attitude.
But I wasn't sure what to make of her. Now, the outfit, I didn't give two shits about Faye's outfit. Honestly, watching the anime again, her outfit was all for the fan service.
Right.
And it's a dumb outfit. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get a lot. Not the live action, the classic Faye outfit. It's a stupid outfit designed to just get guys' dicks hard. I'm sorry. It's
fun.
Fan service.
It's fun.
It's fan service.
Yeah.
But an outfit like that as a bounty hunter is not practical.
Right.
So what they did was they took bits that were kind of an inspiration from it. She's got the yellow top. She does have kind of like these see-through leggings, kind of, so you can kind of see a little bit. They kind of make them look like garters a little bit, just a little bit. You know, so, you know, her outfit's fine.
It's fine.
Everybody shut up about her outfit. Yeah. It's fine.
We moved on.
Yeah.
It's fine. But she, you know, especially by the end of the show,
she was literally the least of the show's problems.
Yeah. By the end of the show, definitely, her character arc on the show, I actually grew to like the character a little bit more. I don't love the character. Yeah. None of these characters in here I love. Right. I love them from the anime show. And we're gonna get into in this movie, this series, they're fine.
Yes.
But I actually didn't mind her as the character of Faye. I didn't mind her in this show.
Right.
It was cool seeing Ayn. You know, we got some Ayn love
for a few minutes here.
A few minutes. Yeah, it was cool seeing Ayn. For those of you that are just popping in right now, we're talking about what we liked about the show first.
Yeah, don't get used to Ayn.
Yeah, don't get used to Ayn, right? But it was cool seeing Ayn, and all their dynamic, all of them together was fine.
When you actually focus on them,
yes,
in the series, throughout the series,
yes,
as a crew, the more you get to see them,
right,
the more they were growing on me,
right.
I will get into what I initially thought of them later,
right,
but eventually the actors portraying the characters,
right,
I was fine with.
It's fine. Right.
It's fine.
We don't love it. It's not amazing. It's solid. Right. It's doable. And you get a few decent scenes, like this scene here. I actually enjoyed when Faye and Spike were comparing scars and bounty hunter stories. Mm-hmm. I thought that was kind of a nice little fun moment there. Mm-hmm. So characters are fine. John Cho as Spike is fine. The actor, what's his name, who plays Jet Black?
Mustafa Shakir.
He
looked really good as Jet.
Right.
We knew he sounded good as Jet.
Right.
His outfit, everything was up to spec. It looked great.
Right.
Again, really expensive cosplay.
Yeah.
Really nice looking cosplay.
Yes.
They had probably the best chemistry for a while.
Mustafa and John.
Until they didn't, because of forced conflict, which we'll get into.
We'll get into that, yeah, for sure.
They did well enough.
Yeah.
They were serviceable.
Serviceable is the word here.
John Cho clearly worked really hard.
Oh, he's ripped.
Into shape.
He's ripped.
Right.
Yeah, he did a little bit of Wing Chun action. Yeah, he's in shape. So we'll segue right into the action. Now, here we go, guys. Believe it or not, we're going to get into the stuff we didn't like in a second, and we're going to rant for sure. However, believe it or not, the action shootouts, the fight sequences, it's actually pretty good, man. Like, I'm going to be honest. The issues that we have with the show, we'll get into, but we're talking about the positives right now. And dude, look, when there's a really great one-on-one fight in the bathroom with an assassin. He fights the Afro Puff dude here. That's a nice little fight. You know, like the action from the most part is very well shot, very well edited. You get some martial arts, you get a little bit of the John Wick gunplay, and you get violence. So all of this, we like that stuff. My favorite action sequence in the movie, though, is when Spike by himself takes out the entire cartel unit. He takes them all out alone. And it's fucking phenomenal. That one action sequence scratches the itch. It was beautifully shot, edited. You will like that. So we're talking about the positives right now. So action-wise, it's actually well done. All right. Now, before we get into the negative, we're split on this. And I think this is kind of perfect. And that is the inclusion of Yoko Kanno's soundtrack. And I know everybody's flipping out right now. They're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
how could you do that?" Because when we heard Yoko Kanno's doing the music, we were excited because we were like, "Hey, we're getting brand new Yoko Kanno music," and she is the John Williams of anime. She is. But unfortunately, if we did get some new material, it was kind of hard to pinpoint it and enjoy it, because majority of the music that's on this show is nothing but songs from the anime. And we were starting to wonder, is that the only reason why her name is billed on here? Is because they're using songs from the anime? And I at first I liked it because it was subtle. And you would have these moments where Spike would be listening on his headphones and they would throw in, just for fun, songs from the anime. And I was like, well, that was fun little fan service. But then as the show went on, they were throwing random songs from the animated show in places that you're just like, why is that song here?
For like 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, remember this?
Yeah.
Remember this from the show?
Remember berries? Remember berries?
It was
and then Yoko Kanno's iconic score started to get distracting because it was literally thrown anywhere in this live action series just to get it in there for fan service. And
especially in the first episode, I felt like it was the most noticeable,
and
the most egregious. I think by the second episode, it was kind of like, okay, well, this is just how it's gonna go.
Right.
But I think the first episode, they did it the most to kind of like grab your attention. Hey, remember this? Remember this? Remember this? Remember this? And then by the second episode, and then later on, you do start to hear a little bit more original pieces here and there, but
it just wasn't enough, because it was more. It was distracting.
Yeah.
Just constantly throwing in songs from the anime.
Right.
Like as the score for this new show.
Right.
It was kind of hard to, pinpoint I was like, well, that might sound like a new track that she did, but it was distracting. And we love Yoko Kanno, but the way it was used in this show was distracting.
It felt like a bunch of cheap pops.
Yeah. Somebody's sitting on the toilet. Hey, let's throw a classic Yoko Kanno song there for some reason.
Right.
But hold on a second. We got a super chat from Vitol. Thanks. Wow. Thank you so much for the $20 super chat. Wow. Thank you so much, brother.
My goodness.
It goes, I think that the main trio is what works best on screen. The worst, the villains, and certain plot inconsistencies. Yeah. We're getting there. We're getting there. Todd, what's going on, man? What's going on? All right. So here we go. We're getting to it. Todd's doing not Todd. Vitol is doing the review right along with us. Okay. Now.
I'm so sorry,
again,
I'm blinding all of you with my whiteness.
Oh, it's fine. You're fine. Okay, here we go. Now, again, like we mentioned earlier, all three of the cast, when the show focuses on the big three, it is a very solid and entertaining watch. However, somebody made one of the worst decisions ever, but we're going to get to that in a second. First off, what's his name? The Alex? Is it Alex?
Alex Hassell.
Alex Hassell. I am sure he is a fantastic actor. If you look up this guy's resume, it's insane.
Oh no,
Shakespeare.
Are we getting into this?
Well, we're in the negative now.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me set it up first before you rant. Now, I'm sure Alex is a fantastic actor. If you look up his resume, he's done Shakespeare, Henry V. I'm sure he is amazing. Okay. And I'm sure that's why they casted him to play my boy Vicious here. Okay. Now, this is my boy. This is my boy right here. Right. And what I love about Vicious is that you barely seen him. He was only He's only in 5 episodes out of, you said 26?
Out of 26.
He was only in 5.
Mm-hmm.
Keep that in mind. He was very subtle, very deadly. And every time he showed up, it was like, holy fucking shit. Vicious is here. And that's why he's my boy. What the fuck is this? Can somebody explain to me?
Okay.
What the fuck? What is this?
Okay.
What is this?
So okay. All right. The first time he showed up, I started to laugh. Now, I'm not here to make fun of anyone's looks.
Well, no.
I'm not here to make fun of anyone's looks.
No.
But his face is wrong for this character. Thank you.
What is this?
Now,
you're welcome.
Now,
what is this?
The whole time I was watching him,
yes,
this was going through my mind. Somebody came to him and said, "We want you to play a villain." Oh, I can play a villain.
Right.
I'm not going to put on a British accent. I'm not going to insult y'all like that.
No, that's fine.
And they go, what's it from? Oh, it's from this anime, this classic anime from the 90s. And he goes, "What's an anime?" Oh, think of it as a Japanese cartoon. Cartoon villain, I can do that. Boom. We've got our villain.
I think your theory is correct.
And they let him roll with this.
Yes.
Now, I was convinced, and we'll get to fucking Julia in a minute. God damn her. Now, I was convinced for 85% of this series that this man,
yes,
Alex Hassel,
yes,
could not act for shit. Now, I was willing to give him the benefit of the doubt that his character was horribly written, that they had butchered Vicious for the sake of just making him look like a derpy, stupid villain of the week, which instead of making him a force to be reckoned with and a mysterious figure and hide in the shadows like and only show up every once in a while, they shoehorned him and Julia into all 10 fucking episodes and made them a secondary character, a secondary plot, like a fucking Marvel Daredevil Defenders of the the Defenders series, where you have to have 2 to 3 different storylines going on in every single episode.
This was a terrible decision.
So you have him and Julia being the secondary focus for all 10 episodes, so you have no mystery between him and Julia.
No mystery.
You have them.
Yeah.
Secondary characters.
You have
secondary plot.
You have this.
I was convinced that not only was his character horribly written, but he was just a bad actor.
Right.
And then episode 9 drops.
Right.
And the motherfucker proves me wrong. We get an obligatory flashback sequence where we finally see him and Spike, whom they named Fearless when he's in the syndicate.
Yeah, they called him Fearless for some reason.
Fearless?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Right.
Vicious and Fearless.
Yeah.
Okay. So Vicious and Fearless are in the syndicate together, and Vicious is trying to climb through the ranks.
Right.
And you see them before Vicious went into Cartoon Villain of the Week.
Yeah.
And suddenly the man is a perfectly fine, legitimate actor who I could actually stand watching.
Yeah. Why? But why is that though? Because he's scaled back, because he's subtle, because he's talking like a normal character. And it's fine.
You can't understand how mad I was at this.
But every other episode before seeing him,
and then episode 10, because it's back
this
to the present day.
This fucking type overacting. I'm in a cartoon. I'm a cartoon. It is terrible. It is terrible.
God.
Right at the beginning, the first episode, he is such a bitch. His character is such a bitch.
So Vicious's character in the series,
yeah,
he is not at the head of the syndicate yet.
No.
There are the elders, and the whole thing with Vicious is that he is trying to usurp the syndicate. He is trying to take over.
Right.
And so you do have moments where the elders are kind of like talking down to him, like, know your place.
Right, right.
But Vicious never reacts to any of this.
No.
Like, ooh, they insulted me, and pulling these stupid fucking faces.
Yeah.
You never get that in the anime because he's calm and collected and he just rages internally and then he takes it out on everybody later.
Yes.
But later when he takes over, spoilers, when he kills the elders later, and he takes over the syndicate later, and then he...
Yes, keep going.
And the big finale happens by the end of the series. It's a big deal, and you feel threatened by Vicious by the end of the series.
Right.
Never once do I feel anything but utter contempt and just...
I wanted to bitch slap. I wanted to bitch slap the bitch. Like, this is my boy. This is my boy. And you mean to tell me in the very first fucking episode, he's already like, oh, I didn't mean to sell the red, what was it?
The red eye.
The red eye. I wasn't going on a business on my own. No, I 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
So,
Jesus Christ. This is the first episode, guys. Yeah. The 3-character dynamic, fine. It works. It's solid. Yeah, production value is amazing. Yeah, it's got Yoko Okono's iconic score in there. None of this shit happens when you can't get the main villain right. None of it.
So somebody at some point then got Bebop confused with the Fist of the North Star and the Fist of the North Star live action movie with Julia and what's the main villain from what's Ken's rival that ends up with Julia in the live action movie?
Well, the main rival in the animated movie is Rao.
Well, the guy who ends up with Julia.
The Costas Mandalore character.
Yes, in the live. I'm talking to the live.
I'm blanking on the guy's name, the villain's name right now.
The live action,
right?
Movie, but you know what
the
I'm
live
talking
action
about.
movie with Gary Daniels. Yes.
And so Julia, instead of being a mysterious, hardcore, badass syndicate chick, who had this complex, again, mysterious because you barely see this woman,
right?
Backstory.
Shin. Thank you, Jess. Shin.
With Vicious and Spike.
Yeah.
And you know, she had this relationship with Vicious, presumably.
Right.
Then she gets with Spike. You know, they against their better judgment, they fall in love and they decide they want out of the syndicate.
Right.
And then Vicious finds out and he's like, yo, I'll give you a way out, but you got to kill Spike. And Julia's like, well, fuck, I'm out. I'm leaving. So she leaves and then she presumes Spike gets killed. So she's on the run because you don't leave the syndicate.
Right.
This is Julia's backstory. The real fucking Julia.
The real Julia.
And you don't see her again until later. And you see her gun tote and you see her and Faye. And when Faye finally meets up with Julia at the end, Julia finally understands why Spike is so hung up on this girl.
Right.
So what did the writers do with this character? They turn her into a lounge singer who can't fucking sing, who's supposed to be like this amazing singer. This is the problem. And I'm not trying to bash on the chick because she doesn't sing all that well. Here's why I'm bashing on her singing. It's because everybody in the universe around her is mesmerized by her voice. Mesmerized by her voice. And when you finally hear her sing, it's like, oh no, stop. Don't sing. Don't sing. Please don't sing. Now
it's kind of puzzling, but yeah.
I'm willing to give her the benefit of the doubt because I don't think she's a Native American speaker, like a native English speaker. I think she's from Russia or something. I just said American speaker. That sounded so stupid. A native English speaker.
Yes.
So that could account for her. Presumably, I was again, can't act for shit. This chick is god fucking awful.
Yeah.
But again,
I was trying to be nice.
Her character is god fucking awful.
I was trying to be nice.
This character.
Towards the end.
This character. They take this badass, mysterious, everyone who meets her is like mesmerized by her character because of her aloofness and her mysteriousness.
Right.
And they make her a lounge singer who can't fucking sing. And they just fall in love with her voice. And the Anna character that they brought in, they took this one inconsequential character they take this one inconsequential character from this show and they changed her name a little bit and then they made her a bigger character in this show, gave her a bar, and I don't like any of this. I really don't like any of this. This actress is fine who plays Anna. She's fine. But I don't like that we have to keep going back there.
Yes.
Bebop was their home. But it feels like Spike always has this secondary home to go to, and I don't like it. It doesn't feel organic.
This is the heart of the show.
Yes.
Traveling with these bounty hunters.
Yes.
Not going back and forth constantly.
Yeah.
To the fucking bar, to the annoying chick that can't sing.
Right.
Who's made bad decisions.
Right.
That makes the viewers suffer because of her bad decisions.
And this is where I'm going to get really mean. So this girl Broad gets warned.
Right at the start
she gets warned by Anna.
Yeah. She's
like, listen, I don't get involved with the syndicate, and I'm telling you right now, don't fucking get involved with the syndicate because you're gonna get in trouble. They're gonna get in trouble. They're gonna get you in trouble. They're gonna get you killed. They're gonna get you something. I don't know. I don't know. Whatever. So what does she do? Vicious goes after her because Vicious wants what he wants, because her singing is just so fucking amazing. And so Vicious, wants what he wants. And so she goes with Vicious.
Right.
And she starts getting wined and dined by him, blah, blah, blah. So she does what she's not supposed to. Yeah, she goes for that. And she knows he's with the syndicate. Everybody knows he's with the syndicate.
Yeah.
So she goes with him. And then one night she sees what he does as a member of the syndicate. And she freaks the fuck out. They did that trope that I always fucking hate that they do in mobster films and gang films, when the dumb broad knows the guy is in a business that's no good. And they finally see what they're doing and they go, oh, I didn't know you were like that. Fucking A, bitch. What did you think he was doing?
Stop this.
Stop writing movies like that.
He's in the fucking syndicate. Stop this.
Fucking stop it.
This trope needs to die.
It needs to
end. In movies and every medium. Stop this. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So she sees Vicious go off and beat the shit out of this guy. And she's like, oh, I'm trembling. I can't stop trembling. And Spike's like, oh, I'll stop you from trembling, baby, but I'll make you tremble in another way. Nudge, nudge, you know what I mean? And so they go to her place and they fuck, as you do, because Spike has been in love with her since the moment he saw her, because he just loves her voice. So anyway, so they start doing their thing. They start doing their fucking thing, literally, and they become an item. And then Vicious finds out, because that's what happens. That's what fucking happens. And this is Julia, for fuck's sake. Now I'm not even getting into all the other garbage we've had to sit through for the past fucking 8 episodes. This is episode 9. I haven't even gotten into the bullshit from the last several episodes that we've had to sit through. God damn it. Anyway, so this dumb broad, she's like, she wants to run away with Spike, and so they make an agreement, a meeting tonight at midnight. And so Vicious finds out, and he sends one of his goons after her, and she's like, bring her back to my place. And so the lady's like, hey, Vicious wants you at my place. And Julia's like, why? What did I do? And she's like, no, you need to drop your shit. He knows. Come back to his place right now.
Right.
And so Julia makes a decision. Okay, well, I'm probably going to die if I don't do this. So I'm going to go back with Vicious. Now, I'm not victim blaming here. I'm not saying, oh, she's been abused. I'm not saying any of that. But what I am saying is that she chose to go with the syndicate idiot.
Yes.
She chose to stay with the syndicate idiot.
Yes.
She had all these opportunities before all of this shit to get out. And then as soon as she saw it, well, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so what happens? She thinks Spike dies.
Right.
She thinks Spike dies.
Uh-huh.
And then the writers have the gall to do the Ballad of Fallen Angels, their version of it, in episode 10. Keep in mind, the Ballad of Fallen Angels is the first episode you ever see Vicious in, which is episode 5. And that's the iconic church.
Yeah.
Pushing Spike
out of the window. Fan. That's when I was a fan of Vicious. I was like, holy shit.
You think Vicious blows up in the church. Spike
right.
falls out of the window. You hear that iconic Greenbird song, and you see the flashbacks of Julia before Spike's eyes, and it's all in slow motion. It's absolutely beautiful and gorgeous and iconic and all that shit.
Yes.
And yeah, I'm attached to it. Fucking sue me. I don't care.
Yeah.
So he's screaming at this point, oh, kill this bitch. Kill this bitch. And in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, I know exactly where this is going, because girl bosses get it done, baby. And so I know how this writing has been going. And so they're in the church, and you get the iconic pose, which at this point, we hate Vicious so much. We hate Julia so much. And Spike has been so hung up on this chick that it's like, I don't care about this anymore. I don't care about any of this anymore. You're carbon copying all this shit because you think it's what the fans want.
Right.
But it's like the Ghost in the Shell movie. You're taking beats from things, but you don't know why they're iconic. You just know they're iconic because of cultural osmosis.
That's right.
And so you're throwing the visuals in there.
Preach.
But you don't know.
Man.
You don't know what made them iconic in the first place.
Fire,
Again,
son.
You did your homework, but you don't know the meaning behind the material you're stealing it from. Anyway, so Vicious is about to kill Spike. Spike is fucked up.
Yeah.
Spike is fucked up, and I'm not even anyway. So Vicious is about to kill him, and all of a sudden, Vicious gets shot by Julia. Julia shoots Vicious. She doesn't kill him, and you get this reunion that we've been waiting 10 episodes for, and Spike is so happy to see Julia because he's been pining for this woman for the past 2 to 3 years. He's wanted nothing more than to be reunited with the love of his life, Julia. Now, keep in mind that by the time Julia and Spike met up at the end of the series, they really did love each other. And they were really wanting to just run away together. Right. And there was no animosity because they knew the lives that they had chosen for themselves. They knew it was dangerous. They knew it was going to get them killed. They knew that this was a possibility for themselves. And by the time they met up, spoilers, Julia gets fucking gunned down and Spike is devastated. And that's why you could say he probably most likely 100% dies.
Emotional content.
So
it works.
He dies.
Unlike this show.
He takes out the syndicate by the end, but he dies doing it.
Yeah. Sorry. Spoilers who haven't seen the anime.
So,
but yeah, go ahead.
Julia all of a sudden goes into a tirade about it's been Spike's fault this whole time for not coming to get her from Vicious because he knew where she was. Why didn't he save her? She says, and I quote, you made me. I say, what, bitch? I'm sorry. Was Vicious not the one that was beating the shit out of you? Was Vicious not the one that was threatening to shoot you because the elders of the syndicate told him to? A bitch what? I'm sorry? Did you just blame Spike? Spike? And what kind of writing is this? Are you trying to empower your female protagonist? Well, she's not a protagonist anymore. She's clearly the antagonist. Are you trying to empower your girl boss or not? You can't empower someone and simultaneously make them not take any responsibility or blame the true problem of their life.
And the true problem is this motherfucker. This is the one who's abused her mentally and physically. But she blames Spike. It's you that made me, Spike. Because even though I went and made bad decisions, I'm going to blame you. Where were you, Spike? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I wanted Spike at that moment to take her and throw her out the fucking window. I was like, end this. First of all, you made my boy a bitch. First of all, you made him a bitch. And then this fucking shit happens right when we get the iconic shot of all iconic confrontations. You know? And so guess what? Instead of Vicious throwing Spike out of the window and Spike throwing up a grenade at Vicious, a fuck you to Vicious, to continue the rivalry, which is awesome. Oh, she kicks Spike out of the fucking window. And now we have the iconic shot.
And then they play Greenbird.
And they play Greenbird.
And you see him falling, looking all devastated. Devastated, looking up at Julia, looking down at him in slow motion. And at this point, I'm just giving up my middle fingers. If I had more
Jesus Christ.
If I had more middle fingers to give, I would. Again, you're taking iconic imagery and things that happened, and okay, you're putting your own spin on it, but it doesn't make it good.
That's fine, but it doesn't make it good, man.
In fact, I would say you took two characters that were better in the shadows. They were better in the shadows. They were better without tons of backstory. They were better without all this forced exposure. They were better not knowing as much about them.
Less is more, mysterious, subtle.
And you dragging them into the light and giving them all of this story and then making them as absolutely just vile and unlikable and
annoying,
unrelatable and annoying as you possibly could. Both of them
whiny bitches, both of them.
Exactly.
Both of them, man.
Yes.
But the whiny bitch apparently becomes the head of the syndicate.
Yes.
Because Spike made her.
Yes.
So now she's got Vicious locked up and chained up. Who knows what she's gonna do with him in the second season.
Right.
Whatever. And what happens? Still till the end, my boy's a bitch.
Yep.
Still till the end.
Yep.
His daddy wanted him dead.
Yep.
His daddy calls him a bitch. Yep. But still towards the end, she has him tied up. And she has the gun to his head and she's gonna pull the trigger. Now, my boy from the anime, let me tell you something right now. He's like, you know what? Go ahead and pull the fucking trigger, bitch. I don't give a fuck. Pull the trigger, right? No. What does he do? He's tied up. Please don't kill me. It's fucking horrible, man.
It really is just like the worst, the most lazy, and just.
And we skipped this. We skipped this. As soon I knew. Keep in mind, Jet Black, great character, iconic character from the anime. I knew something was up when out of completely nowhere, they gave Jet Black a fucking kid.
Yeah. So Jet Black.
We forgot this. Sorry.
We skipped to the major rant right away because
it's just, fucking terrible. We have to tell everybody.
It warranted getting into. So we can get into minor stuff now.
Okay.
Jet Black in the series, you get a pretty decent amount of backstory. He was with the ISSP.
Right.
He he got betrayed by his partner. You find out later. He got his arm shut off.
Right. He's betrayed.
He
was set up
leaving, and then he became a bounty hunter. He had an ex-girlfriend that left him, and he had this thing with the watch, and he said if she doesn't come back by the time the watch stops or something like that, then he wasn't going to stop. He wasn't going to wait for her anymore.
Right.
And he meets up with her again, and they have this. She's like with this small-time bounty, not bounty,
cop.
Not cop. She's with this. No, in the series.
Oh, okay.
She's with a guy who has a bounty on his head,
right?
A criminal. And so Jet's going after him, and that's when she tells him, like, you always did everything for me. Let me make my own decisions, even if they're bad ones, and even if they're mistakes. And yada yada. That was his backstory. Well, in this one, he has an ex-Karen for a wife, which is like fucking strike one. Strike two, he has a daughter, which.
And it smelled really fishy.
It screamed, we need to make Jet Black relatable to the American audience.
Stop this.
Because we can't have character, because none of the characters in the series have actual family members except for Ed.
Right.
Who has a very, very tenuous relationship with her father, who frankly doesn't give two shits about her. Her father will literally just up and leave her without even saying a word.
Right.
And she's just confused. And because she kind of wants to get to know him, she ends up leaving the Bebop just to kind of follow him.
Right.
But that's the only biological connection anybody in the show has. Nobody has any family. Any family Faye had, they're long dead. She's over 50 years. She's probably 70 years old by now.
Right.
The incident that she had was 50 years prior,
right.
and she was like 20 years old when she got woken up. So she's like in her mid 20s almost at this point in the anime.
Right.
So nobody has any blood connection, which I think is what makes the show special, and that you have all of these kind of vagabonds coming together and kind of making this really, really fucked up dysfunctional family.
Right.
That's kind of the point.
That's the point of the show.
And so to have Jet suddenly have this stupid daughter character where he has to pull himself again off of the Bebop to go back to Mars, I'm assuming, because Earth is still kind of a shithole, an unlivable shithole.
Yeah.
To go to his daughter's recital or his daughter's birthday. He gives Ein his daughter, he gives Ein to his daughter for a birthday present just for his Karen ex-wife to say, we can't keep a dog here. Do you know how much the license is? Take it back. Yeah. And so that's how they end up keeping Ein.
Yeah.
Is because the daughter can't keep it because it's too expensive.
Right.
That's their solution to them keeping Ein.
Again, Jet Black. Hold on a second. Let me try to find the photo here. Again, he's already an interesting character on his own, especially when you get into his backstory of being betrayed and set up. He all he wanted to be was a good cop and a great detective, and he gets set up by his partner
because he wasn't in the pocket of the syndicate.
Right.
That was literally the reason why he got.
He already has enough to be interesting, but again, lazy writing. We don't know if Jet Black, if the casual audience will like Jet Black. We don't know. So let's do the trope that has been done 5 billion times before. Hey, nobody gives a shit about fucking Hawkeye. Let's give Hawkeye a family for no reason. And you know what? It worked. Unfortunately, it worked because people go, oh, Hawkeye's got kids. And unfortunately, they did that with this. And it was so unnecessary. And then I thought to myself, you know what? There's another reason. It's not the Hawkeye syndrome, which we will name that now.
It was, but then it literally out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, go ahead.
Out of nowhere, in episode 10, Vicious kidnaps the daughter to trade for Spike.
Yep.
And then they had this god-awful subplot. Again, this is soap opera writing 101.
Yeah.
Jet never knew that Spike was from the syndicate.
Yeah.
And that was such a huge point of contention between the two that literally broke them up by the end of the show.
Yeah.
That literally made Jet almost kill Spike at one point, put a gun to his head, almost pulled the trigger, and Spike had to tell him, you kind of need me alive so that I can trade for your daughter.
Right. Yep.
Again, the dumbest forced fucking first grade conflict that they could have come up with.
Right.
The daughter trope. And then the how could you not tell me you were in the syndicate trope?
Yes.
Knew how I felt about the syndicate.
Yes.
I mean, just the most juvenile fucking writing.
And here's the thing. What it makes this more annoying to us, and not, I'm sure not to you guys. What makes this more annoying to us is that once in a while you'll get something cool on the show. You'll get something interesting. Like we'll get the what was this character? Pierre LeFou's. This episode was great. I love this episode. This was a great episode, and I was waiting to see if they were going to do the iconic shot of the shadow silhouette effect of him kicking Spike's ass, and they actually did it. Right. So and I was like, oh, this is awesome. All right. That's kind of cool. And visually it was an entertaining episode, and it was a fun, entertaining episode. And then we go right back. We go right back to this shit and utter extra bullshit that just bring it's like we're getting blue balls here. We're like, oh man, this is awesome. Oh, right. Oh man, this is kind of fun. Oh, hey, you know what? I like that.
It was
stop it.
It was ping ponging back and forth between.
Yeah.
Every single episode had this tonal issue where whenever they were with the crew on the Bebop, I was fine with it.
Yeah, it was fine.
But then as soon as you were in Anna's bar or you were with Vicious and this dumb broad, I was like, oh God, no.
Enough.
I hate this. I fucking hate this.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, you get that in every episode.
Every episode, I believe Vicious and Julia show up.
Yeah, every episode.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Every episode. And so
terrible.
One of the other things that and this is what I was talking about earlier, was when the first episode drops and I'm watching the first episode and I get done with the first episode. My first impression was it was really expensive, really pretty cosplay. And the actors, I feel like they knew the weight of what they were playing, because anybody who, it's like, even if you're not a fan of anime,
right? If
you're an actor and you say, okay, we're doing this project called Cowboy Bebop. It's this really iconic anime from Japan. It's been around we're going on almost 25 years now. This means a lot to a lot of people. We don't want to fuck this up. I don't know if they were approached that way, because clearly the writers fucked it up.
Right.
They say, we're going to be playing these characters. If you want to do any kind of research and you've never heard of it, all you have to do is Google this shit, and you're going to see how much this show means to a lot of people, and you're going to see how iconic the show is. You're going to get character bios. You're going to see the cosplay out there. You're going to see this and that and this. You're just going to see a lot out there. There's a lot of material with a lot of history to it.
Yeah.
So I felt like the actors knew the weight of what they were portraying, but I never once felt like any of the actors embodied the characters. I felt like they were doing
fully.
I felt like they were doing really nice impersonations. And what I mean by that is, like, if you go and watch
You mean
Bronson.
the three. You mean the three, not the others.
Go and watch Bronson with Tom Hardy.
Okay.
I defy you to see Tom Hardy in that role.
It's true.
Go and watch Joker
right.
with Joaquin Phoenix.
Right.
Watch roles with what's his name? I'll drink it up. I drink your milkshake. That dude.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Day-Lewis. You don't see the actor. I'm not expecting everybody to be that caliber.
Right.
But what I'm saying is that you see when certain actors embody a character, you believe that they believe,
right,
I am that character. I will portray this character to the best of my ability because I know who this character is. I get this character, and this is that character.
Right.
I never once felt like these actors believed that they were the characters. I felt like they put on the costume and they said their lines, and that was the best we could get from them. They were doing nice little pretend sessions.
Right.
And it got a little bit easier to watch later as the show went on.
Because we actually got the chance to spend more time with them.
Right.
Which did help.
And you know,
however,
Spike,
go ahead.
Spike, I felt was a little too emotional, and he was. But the thing with Spike is you could argue that in anime form, there are always going to be things in anime and animation in general that just work better.
Right. It's true.
That you just can't capture in live action. It just doesn't work. And so to have a lackadaisical character like Spike Spiegel, who is just kind of lazy until he has a reason not to be lazy, it's hard to get that in live action without boring people and without giving them a reason to give a shit about the character. So it would be hard to toe that line in 10 episodes. So I kind of get why they probably made that decision to make him a little more emotional and a little more emotive. Now,
it still wasn't as bad as this.
Yes.
But yeah, go ahead.
Now.
Yes, let's get to the big reveal at the end.
This was what I had said in the trailer.
We did a trailer reaction.
There was no mention of Radical Edward, aka Ed, the girl, who is not my favorite character by any means in the series. I am fine with Ed in small doses.
Right.
But when Ed is on screen, I kind of tune her out until the next scene happens. Ed is an annoying child.
Right.
Ed is a very precocious, eccentric, annoying, loud, screechy, irritating child.
So what you're saying is this character barely gets by in anime form.
Because all the other characters are great.
Right.
And when they keep her dialogue to a minimum.
Right.
And when they keep her scenes to a minimum, I can
She's
tolerate
fine.
Her.
Yeah.
But if you had an entire, like I just got done watching Mushroom Samba, or I think I finished Mushroom Samba, which is a lot of Ed is in that.
Right.
But she's also reacting to the crew taking mushrooms, and it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's moments with her,
like she's stuck in a blaxploitation movie,
right,
from the 70s at one point, where she gets the mushrooms. It's a fucking hilarious episode.
There are moments.
There are things
that are
happening
funny.
to her that she's
right.
reacting to, but it's not necessarily an Ed-centric episode where she's going around going, "Oh, bebop, bebop, bebop! Hey, hi, let's go on an adventure!" It's not like that, okay? Like,
right.
I couldn't stand that. So again, Ed is not my favorite character. I personally, when I saw the trailer, I said, I don't know. I was kind of glad that we didn't see Ed.
Right.
Because I did not think Ed would work in a live action setting.
Right.
Because Ed is way too over the top.
Right.
Way too just OTT. Just too much. Okay. So when I started hearing the name Radical Edward being thrown around towards the end of the series, you looked at me and you said, I heard a spoiler. And I go, oh shit.
Yeah, I wasn't looking for it, but people were posting it, so I knew. I knew it was coming.
So my irritation was already it was already over the limit because of episode 10, because their horrible rendition of the Ballad of Fallen Angels.
Yeah.
And I was already done. I was already pissed. Right. I was irritated.
Right. I'm like you. I like Ed in spurts on the show.
Ed is fine.
However,
but she's not my favorite character.
However, they did it.
So my worst fears were confirmed.
They did it.
My worst fears were absolutely confirmed. And the worst the worst thing you could possibly imagine. Now when this thing popped up here, this abomination popped up. You know what came to my mind? Irritating 90s kids commercials.
Everything's extreme, loud, colorful.
That's what popped into my head.
Oh my god, I gotta show one more time. Oh shit!
Like no one remembers Carrot Top or Yahoo Serious. It's like,
oh god, here we go. Oh my god. Oh, now the performance. The child actor's trying her best to do an Ed impression, which is barely tolerable in the anime. Now imagine this in live action. I'm calling it right now. Ed in season 2 will be the Jar Jar Binks of the series. It's gonna happen, because if we were already cringing, how long was the scene? Like a minute? Barely a minute.
It felt like an eternity.
So if it's that cringeworthy, imagine this character is along with the ride in every single episode. Oh, it's gonna be pain. It's gonna be pain, man. That's right. Holy shit. So yeah, your worst nightmares have come true.
I was right. It didn't work. it didn't work.
Oh shit. Oh. Woo. Oh man, I need a cigarette. I don't even smoke. Yeah, so Cowboy Bebop. Again, we're gonna rate it. And again, if you put this show next to the dreck and drivel and shite that is the worst of live action anime adaptations from Japan too. There's some bad ones in Japan as well. If you put Cowboy Bebop against that, Cowboy Bebop's going to look like a 5-star show. It's going to feel like a 5-star show to you guys. And despite what we think of it, I still say check it out for yourself if you're interested. I know some of you may not be interested now after watching this video, but check it out for yourself. You may be really entertained by what you watched, and you may enjoy it. We're not telling you not to watch it. We're just giving you guys our honest opinion of wasted potential this show was. We knew the show was going to take liberties and it was going to kind of do its own thing. But when everything else is just a slap in the fucking face, it's a slap in the face.
In the big old face.
In the big old face, and girl boss and just annoying bullshit. And now this shit's coming. I'm not necessarily excited for season 2 now. And it's sad because there's potential here of something that could be great. Can you sit down and watch it with the family? And well, maybe not the family, it's R-rated. Can you sit down and watch it and enjoy it? Yeah,
maybe.
Yes.
It depends on what you can handle.
Right.
It depends on what your taste is. It depends on if you like the anime or not, I think.
But it's just, again, you need, in the words of Bruce Lee, you need emotional content. And towards the end of the animated show, sorry, spoilers if you haven't seen it, Spike knows what he has to do. And he's going to do it without any help or asking for help. And he's not going to want help, but he knows he's got to face Vicious and fight to the death. And Jet Black, who they've kind of bonded over the show, knows this is his journey. This is his story. I'm going to let him do his thing. I'm not going to interfere. And you have Faye, who's kind of been back and forth with Spike throughout the animated show. And she's like yelling at him, like, what is your fucking problem? You're going to die. and she's angry and she's showing emotion, and he leaves and goes off and fights the syndicate, and you get this amazing action shootout sequence, and then the show ends, and it leaves you gutted, and you're sitting there and you hear that iconic music in the credits, and a tear may form. It may. And you're sitting there and you remember it and it sticks with you. That's the magic of Cowboy Bebop. And there's none of that. There's not even an inkling of any emotional content at all in this show. And it's very sad. It's sad that you have such a great production value and actors that kind of seem like they want to do a good job and they're on board. And it's just the heart is gone. Again, another property where the budget's there, the production's there, everything's there. Fan service is there, but the heart isn't there. And, I would say fingers crossed for season 2, but I don't know now. I don't know where this is going to go. And if we still have these lame ass, annoying characters, it's kind of really nothing to look forward to. Can they improve and make things better? Sure. Of course they can. There's always hope. But here's the thing, guys. New adaptations, reboots, prequels, remakes, new versions, retcons, none of that bullshit, whether if it's good or bad, will take away your love for the original. It can never take away the original. It can never remove the original. You can have all the Terminator Dark Fates that exist. You have them keep coming out. And they can always change it and retcon and shit. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It will never take away your love for Terminator and Terminator 2. This show, if anything, makes us appreciate and love this series, the animated series, even more so. And there's one good thing I will give this show credit for, despite the other positive things that we mentioned, is that this has actually increased interest in the anime. There are people that are binge watching the anime now to get to watch to this. So anything that brings more fans to the original anime is a good thing.
Yeah. Again, the series is very old.
1998, son.
And a lot of people have a hard time going that far back.
Right.
It's
so let's go ahead and give our rating of the series. Again, put this up against the Dragon Ball Evolutions. This is a 5-star show, but we have to be honest here on our channel. 3 is average on our channel. Again, props to the people that actually worked their ass off, the stunt team. They're our heroes, but the story and characters did kind of lack. So we have to be honest here. Mm-hmm. All right. What are you giving Cowboy Bebop?
Okay. Now, remember, keep in mind, I need you to understand, I'm not stupid.
Yeah.
I did not go into this expecting a 1-to-1 comparison.
No.
I am not a moron.
No.
I knew that they were going to take liberties.
Yeah, we knew that.
And some things did okay.
Yeah.
Some things are just like, trash it.
Right.
Some of the look of the worlds were okay.
Mm-hmm.
Some things were just okay.
Right. It's fine.
I think the best thing to come out of it, like you said, was the fight choreography, the way the fights were filmed. All of that is like 5-star shit.
You're gonna enjoy the action, you guys. For sure.
I was really, really surprised by how well that was compared to how shit some of the other things were.
Yeah.
Like I'm not kidding when I tell you that the worst of the worst writing and characters were D-grade soap opera material. I'm not being hyperbolic here. I am not joking when I tell you this was borderline unwatchable. When I tell you, whenever I saw Julia or Vicious's stupid face, no offense, I'm not talking about your actual literal face. I'm talking about your stupid wigged villain Vicious face. I wanted to skip through all of it. I wanted to go back to the Bebop. Every time Jet went to go visit his family, I wanted to skip through it
and go
and
back
had
to the
listen
Bebop.
to his bitch ex-wife Karen and his stupid little bean kid talk.
Yeah.
I wanted to go back to the Bebop.
Yes.
Whenever Spike went to fucking Anna's bar with Gren, that they did a very interesting thing with him. It's like, okay, you want to take a character and do your own thing. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Fine. I wanted to go back to the fucking Bebop where we belonged.
Right.
I wanted to be there with the characters that you spend 21 fucking full episodes with in the series. Again, I'm not looking for a one-to-one comparison, but I would like something that is at least giving me something to give a shit about.
Yeah.
You're making it really hard for me to care about a lot in this universe that you're making an amalgamation of and then presenting me with.
Right.
So again, I give all the props in the world to the fight choreography, the stunt people, all of that.
Set designers, all that stuff. Yeah.
And what worked was fine, but it's not enough to make up for the trash writing and the decisions that they made for the characters that they butchered.
Yeah.
And the tweaks that they made just for the sake of American audiences. 2.5.
There you go.
I'm sorry.
2.5.
Again, it's a pretty 2.5.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not looking for perfection here.
I know.
But I would like some goddamn respect.
Ooh, there's the word.
I'm not looking I'm not looking to give me the same thing that I already have. I already have the season. I already have the show on Blu-ray. I'm not looking for that in live action form.
But don't fucking insult us with bullshit.
Yeah. Stop giving me Ghost in the Shell movie shit. I don't want scenes that you don't understand the meaning of. I'm tired of this.
But you get the shot when they're doing the thingy, and then you get the other iconic thingy shot with the music. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
And I'm sick of it.
Like it.
I'm sick of it. Maybe you had the best of intentions. I don't know. I can't know what your intentions were, but I don't believe you.
Oh, all right. Here we go. My turn. 3 is average, and only because the stunt and choreography, and this is for the stuntmen. This is for the martial artists. This is for the stuntmen. This is for the training. This is for the preparation and dedication to action. I'm doing this for you guys. I'm giving it a 3.3. Yeah, a little bit above average. I'm giving it a 3.3 out of 5. I know. After the rant, you're probably thinking I was too high, but I'm doing this for the stunt guys, the martial artists, the guys that put their lives on the line. But that's it, 3.3 out of 5. A little bit above average for Samurai Guy, but that's it. It will go on the list of the year for the definitely one of the most disappointing things we watched, for sure. So, anything else?
No. Again.
You know what? I'm changing my rating.
Wow.
That kind of hurt. I'm sorry. I was trying to do good.
You okay,
that kind of hurt. I'm going.
Did you strain something with that?
Oh fuck! I'm changing my rating.
Wow.
I'm changing my rating. We haven't ended the video yet. I'm changing my rating. That hurt. Yeah. Fuck. 3. I'm giving it a 3. God damn it. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Hey, at least I changed it before we ended the video. Yeah, that kind of hurt. 3 for the stuntmen. Wow. Then the martial artists. There you go. 3. There you go. All right, guys. So for me, it was average. It barely made it to average because of the action. Yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed that. I'm glad you guys are enjoying that. Peninsula Vert. You know what? Nah, fuck it. Cowboy Bebop.
What's better?
Yeah. Oh. Bebop. By default, I guess. I don't know. All right, guys. Thanks again for tuning in for the rant. Because of her crazy work schedule, we might have to do more videos like this early in the morning. So we really appreciate all you badasses hanging out with us, at least early on our side. It's probably late for you guys. Again, thanks again for tuning in late on your end. You guys rock. You guys are awesome. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and share this video rant. Get it out there. We really appreciate you guys coming in and giving your opinions of the show as well. There are some of you that did enjoy the show, and I think that's great. As long as you guys were entertained at the end of the day. So, before we go, we're going to have to give another shout out for our channel members. That's right. All you badasses, the Movie Dojo Army is growing, baby. Our patrons, all that good stuff. So take care. Peace out. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, guys.